What's going on, guys? Welcome back to our survival world. So in the last episode, we built this massive kelp farm here, and it's leading into this smelter here, automatically making dried kelp for us, so we can use a super smelter. But we have been making a lot of farms recently, so I want to take a break from those, and I want to work on our next big project. I have a big project in mind. We're not going to finish this episode, not even close to finish, but I want to start working on it, just something different. I've mentioned it before, but what I want to do is start a collection of all the animals and pretty much make a zoo. The thing is, there's a lot of animals in the game, and I've kind of been planning out this massive area here for our zoo pretty much. So it cuts off about somewhere right in here, right? Comes all the way down this entire island here, cuts up this mountain, and then all these trees all along here, and then all these in here just need to be pretty much cleared out. So this is of course going to be a big job, but there's a lot of mobs in the game, and I want to, have a spot for every single one. So if we jump over here to our creative world, we got this little board kind of going to give an idea of what we want to plan. So this is a little different from how I normally make episodes, but I want your guys' input on this. So I have all of these spawn eggs here, right? Every single mob in the game, and I've organized them into categories and pretty much where I want to put each mob. For instance, we have a boneyard sort of biome area, right? And then we have the skeleton horse and skeletons in this area, right? So we have a theme and then mobs that go with the theme. So then we have the end here with phantoms and endermites. I don't have endermen on here just because even if we name tag them, they still teleport away, so we can't do endermen. But then we have the farm animals, so I want to have these four main farm animals in a barn, right? And then all the horse kind of mountable ones in a second farm. It'll be the same area, right? So these are going to be in the same area but different enclosures. So these will be together, these will be together, these will probably be in the same, but then these two will have their own kind of habitat. So endermites will have an area, and then the phantoms will have their own area, but it'll be in the end part of the zoo of the thing. Does that make sense? So then if we keep going down, we have a desert, right? The desert mobs, the parched, what are these? The husk, camels, armadillos, right? Then we have an ocean / aquarium where we got turtles, squid, nautilus, more squid, drowned, and what are these guys? Guardians, that's right. Then we got the swamp, which, the slime, the frog, the bogged, the axolotl, and then witches. So I have witches in here. I haven't decided if I want to keep them in here because, for instance, we have the pillagers and the vindicators over here. So I don't know if I want to put these guys. And I also remember I don't have the invokers in here either. So almost because they're real people, right? So I don't know if I want to actually keep the witches. Then we keep going down. We have jungle, right? We have the parrot, the panda, and the ocelot. Then we have a cold area, right? Where this is, what is this thing? A stray. Then we have the snow golem, what is this? Yeah, snow golem, goat, wolves, polar bears, right? And then I said, each one's gonna have their own little enclosure, little habitat also. It's just gonna be the area that they're kind of situated in. Then we have the cave area with the spiders, silverfish, bats. Then we have forest. So this one was kind of iffy on this one. We wanted a forest biome, right? Like a forest or a plain, and we have the sniffer. Then we have rabbits, and I put the creepers in here. The creepers, I could not think of a good spot to put these guys, honestly. So because of how they look, I decided, let's put them in the forest. But I don't know. If you guys think of something better, let me know where we could put the creepers, honestly. Then we have the nether, of course, right? All the nether mobs. The hoglins, oglins, what are these guys? Striders, right? Magma cubes, blazes, wither skeletons. That one's gonna be fun. And then this last one is all the special biomes that I couldn't really fit these guys into something, right? So of course we first have the mushroom. They're gonna have a mushroom biome. Iron golems, copper golems, right? They're gonna have an iron habitat, a copper habitat. Then we have what are these things? The creaking, right? They're gonna have a dead forest kind of habitat. The bees, we want to put them in a dome, a kind of bee dome, so that way they can fly around and can't escape. Then we have foxes. Now I thought foxes, we maybe put them in the cold biome or even the forest, but I decided I want to have them specifically in a taiga biome, which we're gonna put in between the cold and the forest area, right? It'll be a little buffer space. Then we have the zombies. I want to put them in a graveyard biome. I think that's pretty fitting. Ravagers, we want to put them in a little ravager pen, a ravager pit. Couldn't think of a good area to include them in here anyways. And then we have the breeze and the LAs. So these I was kind of iffy on. I decided kind of a cloud kind of sky habitat or sky biome for the breeze. I think that's most fitting. And then for the allays, I decided we should do like a space biome. That's the only thing I can really think of for these guys because they're almost like out of this world kind of creatures. But if you guys have any other better ideas, leave them down below in the comments. I am open to anything, to the organization, what you guys think we should change, or if you guys have any better ideas. But yeah, so this is one of our new projects, and today I want to work on getting some of these guys. So let's head back to our survival world now. And the first thing is we're going to try to get frogs. Actually, we're going to try to get all 3 variants because I actually want to, if you don't know like what frogs can be used for, you can get the frog lights for them, and there's 3 different colors. Now I want those. I want to farm for those, so we are going to work on that. And I need, we need slime balls, because I think that's how you breed them, if I remember correctly. There were any buckets, which we have. Oh, I have a lot of junk in here. Hold on, let me clean this up real quick. All right, the inventory is clear, and then I think, perfect, we have slime balls in here. And if we, need some more, I forgot that we have an entire slime farm over here. I completely forgot we have this. Let's just go check it. Let's see. It probably has nothing in here just because, we haven't like actually sat over here to farm it. Let's see how much is in here. We have a stack and almost a stack in there. Okay, anyways, let's go head to a swamp now, and luckily we have a witch farm not too far from here, and hopefully there will be some frogs there. Okay, we're here at our swamp, and wouldn't you know it, there's a frog right here in the tree. So this is perfect. Let's actually make it daytime because I don't want, hey, there's a fox. There's a little fox right there. What's he doing over there? And we need a second frog though, and the other thing is, I just realized I have no leads. There's no string around, and I don't see any spiders either. Wait a second. Do those guys drop string? I don't think they do. I honestly don't remember. Anyways, I guess let's see if we can find some. Why is there? Wow, haven't seen foxes in like a biome like this in such a long time. Oh, I guess there's a taiga over here. Okay, yeah. Anyways, sorry guys. This is gonna be like a yapping episode. We're just gonna like talk and do random stuff. We don't have a big goal this episode besides, find some frogs right now and then something else. But let me see if I can find a couple frogs around here. So far we only saw that one, so it's not looking too promising. Okay guys, I've been running around for a while. I didn't think frogs were a very rare mob to find, but it took me a while to find like multiple that were actually together. If we kind of lure these guys over here, of course they're slow and I regret not having a lead. What we need to do is, of course, breed them, and then they'll slowly make their way towards each other. Oh, there's another one up there. Wait, hold on. Is there multiple? Oh, wait, no, oh, wait, yes, there is another one. Okay, wait, you come over here. Come this way, come this way. And then where's the other one? Okay, yes, you two breed now, attract to each other. Okay, anyways, now we need to wait for these guys to actually lay some eggs. So if you don't know how the frogs work, they find a body of water and then they make something called frog spawn. So they don't like hatch mobs or breed mobs like normal. They have to have a water bucket or a water source, and they place their little spawn in the water source. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to make a water source for these little guys, and they should hopefully make their way over here. I guess we'll see here in a second, slowly. Okay, there we go. Perfect. That's just what we need. Now, these things actually hatch pretty fast. I think they hatch between like 2 to 6 minutes is what I read on the wiki. So now we just got to sit here for a little bit and wait for these guys to hatch. And hopefully we get enough. Guys, I genuinely don't know how that creeper didn't just blow up. I'm waiting for the frog spawn, just chilling on my phone, and I see the creeper appear. Oh my goodness, that scared the crap out of me. Okay, but we have our little tadpoles. So let's go ahead and scoop these guys up. We can thankfully just use a bucket. Okay, stop swimming, please. There we go. So now we have 2 buckets of tadpole. Now we need at least like 6 of them. Honestly, we need 6 little tadpoles, and then we can start our science experiments. Oh, hello. Okay guys, the second frog spawn hatched, and I moved my viewing spot to the tree. That way we didn't die from anything. How did those guys get over there? Anyways, if we look down here though, we now have 4 in here, which is perfect, and we can now begin science experiments with these guys. Ain't that right? Alright guys, so now that we have our 6 tadpoles, we've made it back to our house. But we are going to need a little bit of glass because when we build these guys, or when we breed these guys, we need them to stay put, and frogs, they like to jump around, so they are some jumpers. Now the other thing is, if you don't know, we found the orange frogs in like the swamp, but they actually come in 3 different colors. So that means we have to go to each biome and pretty much like let them grow up. So good thing is we have 2 biomes relatively close. We have this one, and then we have the cold biomes like over here. So that's easy. So let's start with this first one. And is there, yeah, okay, this is about what I expected it. And let's see, is this, no, this is not either. Oh, I need a spot where I can put some water. This looks as good as any. And then what we're gonna do is we are going to just build a simple house around this for these little froggy guys, and then of course make it very humane and 2 blocks tall. And now we just need to take our little guys here, and you know what, we're just gonna be safe. We're gonna put the water first, just like that, and then we're gonna put one in here, and then we're gonna put another one right there. So now these guys are gonna eventually grow up into frogs, but for now we're just gonna leave them there because we need to go do this in 2 more areas. All right, so now we're over here by the wizard tower in the little snowy area. We're just gonna build the exact same thing. But while we're building this, one thing I wanted to bring up real quick is it's probably gonna be like way later after we talk about this because of when I get this video out, but a bonus Minecraft Live from TwitchCon actually just wrapped up, and they announced a couple new things. So first of all, the Chaos Cubed update, right? It's coming out on, what was it? June 16th. So that's almost here. But they introduced or showed a new biome called the Dappled Forest. It's pretty much like an autumn biome. Imagine like those colors, but on trees. So it's orange, red, and yellow. It's like an autumn, fall looking kind of biome. It looks pretty cool. I want to know what your guys' opinions on it. How do you feel about another overworld biome, another forest biome? It comes with a new wood set also. And what's kind of disappointing is from the like screenshots, it had like kind of a bluish tint to it. So I was hoping it was going to be like a blue wood, like a true blue wood, rather than like the warped wood here. That's like this greenish blue. Come to find out, it's just a light gray. We have another gray block. Why they decided that, honestly, I don't know. We have enough gray blocks in the game. We have enough dark blocks. I was hoping for a more colorful block. But even though it's a gray kind of block, we still got a pretty good addition. So wool now can be made into stairs and slabs. Now don't ask me why they picked wool, honestly, because when I think about it, it seems like really soft. I don't know, I guess that's just the best way to put it. Like wool is a soft block. It doesn't feel like it would be something that could be stairs. I don't know, that's what they decided. I think they should have done like terracotta or something like that, like the glazed terracottas and the regular terracottas. But yes, wool can now be made into stairs and slabs. So also I want to know what you guys think about that. If you want a whole rundown, I did a recap on my channel showing everything from the Minecraft Live. So if you want a full recap and want to know everything that's coming in the summer, go check out that video. But yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on like a forest, autumn, fall kind of biome and the wool stairs? I'm curious to hear what you guys think. I think it's pretty cool. Obviously, there's going to be more added to the drop. These are just, it's super early development, right? So these are just the first couple things. I'm trying to look closer. Anyways, after that little tangent here, what are we doing? So we have our third one here. This is for the warm frogs. So we need to be in like a jungle. Now the thing is, we are going to have to transport these guys, and I'm not going to transport them all the way over there, which is why we grabbed the obsidian. So we're going to build just a quick portal here, and then we're going to connect it up to the nether roof, and then we should be able to get back to the house easier. And then if we light this up, we're not going to go through here yet. We're just going to get the coordinates of these, and then we're going to go build this in the nether on the roof so we can just teleport right to this one. All right, and then if we just place our portal right here, just like this, we're going to use dirt just because that's what we have. And then if we light this, hop in here, we should end up at the jungle. Let's go. There we go. The portal we just built. Perfect. Wonderful. Amazing. Now we just gotta wait for these guys to grow up. So it's, you know, I think it's the standard 20-minute timer. I don't know if it shows, what is this? Is this mini HUD? I don't know which one this is. I think this is mini HUD. Let me see if there's a setting. It'll show the grow up timer, maybe. Okay, so there's unfortunately no timer to see how long until these guys grow up. So it looks like we're just waiting here until they become adults pretty much. And of course we're gonna have to wait over by the other ones too. So this could actually be kind of a long time now that I think about it. All right guys, so we've been sitting here AFK a little bit to wait for these frogs to grow up, and the ones over in the jungle, they've grown up already. Actually, you know what? I wonder, let's see, if we just like take a little free cam fly over here, I wonder if we can see them. I wonder if it'll render. Let's see, the eggs that we had them hatch render, but do the frog, oh, it doesn't look like the frog. Okay, yep, the frogs are not rendering. Okay, anyways, it's the white ones. So the white ones are over there in the warm section. But now what we need to do is we just need to breed these guys up and wait for them to make more frog spawn, because we just need a bunch of these frogs. Probably like, I don't know, we need at least 10 of each plus 2 extra. Okay, maybe I should stop holding this so they'll go lay their frog spawn. Yeah, I think I want like 10 more of each frog. There we go. And then that way we can have two for the zoo still, and then we can use the rest for a different science experiment. Let me also, you know what we're also going to do? We're going to set a 5-minute timer so we can be as productive as possible and farm and what's it called? Harvest? No, not harvest. What am I saying here? Breed these guys up again. So as soon as possible to get more frog spawn and more tadpoles and just move this process along. So this is going to be my life for the next, I don't know, maybe hour or so, breeding frogs. All right, guys. So we have all of our frogs now. Here are the orange ones. I think there's 14 in here. And then if we fly over here to the cold ones, we have... Oh, that scared me for a second. I think they're just not rendered. I hope they're just not rendered. Froggies, please still be there. Okay, yes, they are. They are all still here. We have the green ones. I think there's like 18 of them here. So we got a little more of these. And then here are all the white ones. I think there's 18 of these guys also. Now, we need to move these guys. We also need, I think I'm going to build a little, like, what is it called? Checklist? Yeah, we're going to build a checklist for these animals. And we need to find a spot to put all these frogs now, actually. I don't want them all like gathered here. We need a good spot to leave them. So we're going to leave them here in the nether, but we need to find a magma cube spawner. But that'll be later. Right now, we're going to build a checklist. And I think we're going to use copper bulbs because I've never used them. How do you make these things? And they're like toggleable. So copper. Why is this the recipe? Why is this actually the recipe? This is so expensive. This is the most ridiculous thing ever. Do we have, let's see, I know we have the blaze rods because we have a blaze farm. How much of this do we have? Hardly any. Okay, what about copper? Okay, we have a lot of copper actually. I guess we're gonna smelt all this down. How much is this for? 5. Yeah, good enough. We're gonna make some blocks and grab some redstone and some, what else do we need? Blaze rods. And then we're gonna make a little board over here and it'll be all fine and dandy and awesome. I also think it might be time to expand this because I always need lava for smelting, and 4 I don't think is really cutting it anymore. All right, guys. So while our copper is smelting, I have made this tube of doom here pretty much. So that's where our frogs are going to go, and they're going to be stored in here. As soon as I go, we're going to grab 10 of these frogs. But as soon as I go in here to like leash them, the rest are just going to run out. So I don't really know the best way to go about this. Let's just start leashing them though. And I really don't know the best way to do this. So we're just going to do this. I think there's going to be some out that shouldn't be out, and there's some swimming in the water. Please get out of the water. We got all the ones we want. The rest of them can stay there for now. We still have like 4 in there, but the rest of these all need to go through the portal. Okay, perfect. Frogs, please just cooperate. Cooperate, and everything's going to be good. They're cooperating. No, they're not. They're going through the portal. Wait, hold on. We lost one. Well, since we have these 9, let's go take care of these guys. Look, I'm just dragging on the ground. Just walk these guys up over here and hopefully they come on up the stairs. This is probably going to be pretty slow. We also made this 9 high, so frogs can jump 8 high. So if my math here is correct, they should not be able to jump out. Come on, froggies. There's one more of you. Yes, everyone jump in. Perfect. And then we jump down here and we connect the fence. Wait a second. Why does it look like there's less? Did some of them die? No, wait, hold on. I don't think any of them died. Well, you know what? We're just going to say there's 9 in there because I got no extra leads and they all connected. So I think that's good. Now we just need to get the rest of them because we're going to have 30 frogs in our future farm, but they're just gonna kind of hang out here for the time being. We have frogs on the loose. I guess these are gonna be jungle frogs now. They're poison dart frogs. They're staying here forever, except for a couple of them. You, come on, sir. All right, let's move the rest of these frogs, guys. Okay, guys, we made it here with all the frogs, all 30 of them, and they're chained to the posts. That way, when we decide to move them, it's way easier. And I'm sure you saw the particles. We healed them all as well because a couple of them took damage from up there, no big deal. But these guys are just going to stay here now in our glass tube. But if we go back to the house, now the rest of these guys are just hanging out in here. And this is honestly where they'll stay. But we do need to start building like an enclosure for some of these animals soon because we just have them all in glass cages all around. But the first thing we have to do is we just have to mine out an insane amount of trees. So pretty much this entire forest is going to be decimated. Anyways, on another note, I just got back from vacation from Mexico in Cancun. It was cool. It was fantastic. But while we were there, the channel ended up getting not one, but 2 new members. So we officially have our first and second members of the channel. Juno1670 and Jancy5441. I hope I'm saying that right. I don't know. With that being said, there's something we need to take care of. So initially, I was planning to go find another sniffer the rest of this episode, but now our plans have changed. I'll probably just go find one in between episodes, honestly. Where am I going? We need to go to the bridge. And what bridge is that, you may ask? This bridge. So on top of all the membership perks and getting your name in the end credits of this first episode, you also get a spot on the subscriber supporter bridge. So we got to get 2 armor trims here, 2 new armor setups, and we're going to get some mob heads, and we're going to add them as our first members here on the bridge. And then I'm not sure if they will see this, hopefully they do, but if you do not like the mob head or the armor trim that I put on here, feel free to leave a comment letting me know which one you like, which one you would prefer. We have a resource pack or a mob, a data pack that gives us different mob heads. So you can pretty much pick any mob you want. Also, it appears our bamboo farm has broken, which is not very cash money. We'll fix that too. So let me get some armors, some armor trims, some mob heads. I'll figure out which ones I want to use and then we'll set that up. All right, guys, so I got our 2 armor sets here at the bridge. So the first one is going to be Juno. They were the first member ever on the channel, and I decided to do the silence armor trim again. It's the one that like stands out the most, and I decided to do green. I don't know why I decided green. I just thought it was a good fit. And then for the head, it's going to be a wither projectile. So this is a pretty like uncommon skull. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's fitting for our first member here. So then we're going to need our sign to put Juno's name on here. So there we go. And then underneath this, we're also going to add this little first member little tag, and then we're going to dye it, add the little light, and there we go. There is our first one. And then our second member ever on the channel for Jancy is we're going to have this one with the eye armor trim and then Enderman head, because their profile picture, it looks it reminds me of an Enderman. So this is the one I decided on. And guys, this head took forever to get. Where's the statistics? How many did I have to kill? 421. Yeah, I had to go into my creative testing world to actually make sure the head I was able to get it. And yeah, it took forever there too. But anyways, yeah, that's story is over. Jancy, this is our second member. So again, we're not going to have the numbers for each one, just for our lucky first member Juno here, but we are going to have the member tag underneath as well. So like I always say, thank you to you guys. Thank you for becoming members. I very much appreciate it. You have no idea. And if you want a spot on the bridge, become a member today. Get a whole bunch of cool perks, and then you also get a spot here in our survival world. Now, the last thing we are going to do, I know I probably made it sound like the armor trim thing was going to be the last thing. I came to a realization. I remembered what I was trying to do. Trying to make a little board with all the animals, all the mobs that we want to collect. And I was smelting all these copper blocks. That is what I was doing before I went on vacation. So I went ahead and grabbed all the resources, and now we are going to make our copper bulbs. Now I made 64 of them, but we don't need 64. We only need 58. And one thing I do want is I do want to get the waxed, or what is it? The honeycomb. So we can wax all of these. So that way they're not like, you know, oxidizing and changing color and everything. And the good thing is we prepared for this by changing our bee farm not too long ago to produce honeycomb. So if we just walk up in here and open the honeycomb, there we go. We have tons of it. Wow, we have a lot. Also guys, I put up all my soundproofing. I don't remember if I mentioned this. If I did, I might just cut this part out, but I put it all up and it's so much nicer being able to record with it and not having to like stack pillows around my mic and around my desk to like get rid of echo and everything. Yeah, my office sounds way quieter. If you guys think soundproofing is like a joke or something, it's not. It honestly really helps, especially if you're in like a smaller room. It's a game changer. Now, what are we trying to do here? We need signs. We need lots of signs. And then we're just going to need 58 buttons. We're just going to use all bamboo just because it's so easy to get bamboo. And there we go. Perfect. Let's go start building this thing. It's not going to be very hard, not going to take very long. Honestly, the hardest part is going to be writing down all the mobs on the signs. Let's go to sleep so we don't get blown up by anything. And then I think we're just going to build this right here in this little spot. Now, this isn't where we're going to build our like zoo at all. We just have this open area here and we're going to build it here. So chicken, go away. Yeah, let's get to work here. And there we have it, guys. Like I said, not very hard, not very spectacular. We have our buttons on this side to toggle each of these on and off. This isn't going to be permanent, so that's why we just have this like wall of bulbs here. Whoa, this is kind of like trippy to look at. This is like the center, but it almost looks like this is the block here, especially looking in the middle. If you start to look towards the side, like you kind of lose that effect. But yeah, anyway, sorry guys. I got distracted by the patterns. Yeah, this, as soon as we're finished, like this is coming down, so this isn't going to be permanent. It's going to be here for a while. Yeah, now we just got to start placing signs, and luckily I have this picture up. I'm not going to bore you guys with this. I'm going to fill this thing up, and then we'll probably wrap up the episode here. I wonder how long this is going to take. I'll let you guys know afterwards. All right, 3, 2, 1, bye. All right, guys, so it didn't take too long. We have our board here. It took about 6 minutes probably. Now we just need to go ahead and check off some of these already. So like all these down here, sheep, pig, cow, chicken, I don't know. We can count the pig. There's pigs running around, but I don't have them like enclosed in an area like some of these other ones. Which, how did these guys, what are these guys doing? Are they just looking at the iron golem? I hope they're not killing my sheep. Hold on, let's go check this out. Oh. Let's make sure we're flying. They're just looking at the iron golems, I guess. Oh no, I broke my flower. Let's place that back. That's more important than killing these guys first. Those guys are taken care of. That's kind of crazy. They were here too because there was some on top of my storage building. Did anything die in here? It doesn't look like it, which is good. Oh, one of them shot over here, but there's an arrow over there as well. Yeah, I don't know. Did they kill all the villagers? I think all the villagers have been dead in this village for a while also. We need to restore that at some point. Okay, let's make sure we go to sleep so we don't have any mobs spawning. And then we'll go back to updating this thing. This is the only downside, is trying to turn the lights on the opposite side. So there we go. Okay, pig. Pig is updated. We need to do sheep, cow, chicken, llama, mule. We have none of those, surprisingly. All of these things. We have turtles. We do have turtles. Let's go ahead and check that one off. There's our handy dandy turtles right there. The other thing is, guys, I'm going to try to get all the variants for these guys. So I'm not going to make separate pins. No, pens. I'm not going to make separate pens for them. We're just going to kind of have each variant in like the same area, but we are going to try to get them all except for the sheep, because Mojang doesn't want to make different sheep. Yeah, anyways, we're just going to have all the variants. That's why we have all the frogs. What else do we have here? Axolotl? No, same with like the axolotls, right? Everything that there's multiple variants, we're gonna have them all. We're gonna have all the parrots, right? But frogs, we have all of those. So let's go ahead and turn this one on. And what else do we have? Do we have anything else? We don't have wolves. Strays, no. We can check off sniffers, honestly. Even though we only have one, I'm going to go get a second one. I'm tired of not having my 2 sniffers. And as for the rest of these, I don't think... Oh, mushrooms. Yes, we have the mushrooms. We also have the iron golems. Yeah, do I have bees somewhere? Yes, I do. I have a whole bee farm. That's right. Duh. And then, you know what? We will check off the copper golems too, because we're going to check off all the ones that we have like accessible to us. So if we can currently put them in a pen, if we had it, we're going to check it off. And so copper golems are easy to build, right? So this is our list so far. We have, why is it always raining? It's always raining. It never stops raining, guys. It literally just rained when I did the like armor trim thing over there. And now it's raining here again. Oh, actually, you know what? I mentioned things that are easily accessible. We have phantoms. So I'll show you guys here in a second, but we can check off the phantoms as well. Now the bad thing is we can't breed them. That's the bad thing about the hostile mobs. You can't breed them, so you have to actually like collect them. But if we take a little fly over here, right here where this conspicuous thing of endstone is, and we look inside these boats, we have phantoms in the boat. Now how did this happen, you may ask? Well, I was trying to farm for that enderman head, and some endermen came through here and got collected. That's why there's all those ender pearls. As soon as I came through, the endermen started attacking me, so I jumped here in the water. I also hadn't slept in a while, so there were phantoms spawning as well as the endermen trying to attack me. I sat down here by the boats trying to get the enderman to go in here so I could get rid of them easier, and these guys ended up in here. So we have some phantoms here in the boats now, just kind of hanging out, chilling, waiting to be moved somewhere else. So yeah, that's it. Story time's over. That's how those guys are there. But that means we have them checked off. And if we look over here, we have a long way to go. It's kind of funny how you can see the board but not the signs until you get super close. Anyways, this is another board for us to work on. And if we look at this one, we probably have things we can check off on here. Do we actually have anything to check off? I don't think so. Oh wait, kelp farm, we can check that one off. This one, I wish I had this earlier. When I was trying to find that enderman head, yeah, I really wish I had an enderman farm. Maybe that's something in the future, who knows. But I think that's gonna wrap up this episode, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. This was a little bit more of a random talky kind of whatever episode. Not every episode has to be something productive, I guess, which is good. But I hope you guys enjoyed regardless. Thank you again to our 2 new channel members on screen now here in the end credits. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate everyone who watches my videos, everyone who likes, subscribes. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe for more videos like this, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Take care, everyone.